Hey guys, I've checked my settings for a bit and had a lot of testing, and it should be okay now. So hopefully we are back to stream Crazyhouse. And today is the Shield Arena, so should be a lot of exciting games. Let's not berserk. First one, since I'll probably need some time to adjust settings if necessary. Okay, let's take the free pawn there and just make sure everything is alright. It looks okay. Okay, let's just move the knight back and sack the piece for the extra pawn. Pawn here, he might go knight g5, so let's go e6 to give the king some room. And now bishop b4, and now that the bishop has been developed, that should be the end of the worries of any sacks soon on f7. d5, it does allow knight e5, but maybe just pawn at b7 or bishop d7. It's totally fine. Okay, so he castles. So then I'll castle too. And bishop back. Taking here, allowing this attack on g7 seemed unnecessary. So let's go pawn g4 now and try to make use of this extra pawn in hand. So now I can, if he takes, knight at f3 opens up, winning the rook or forcing him to sacrifice the queen. Basically same thing now, because he played g3. Let's take the rook. Could also have tried to win a pawn, but I think he can just defend then with bishop back. So just taking the extra material, and now I can take the diagonal to mate. Okay, so first game in the back. So for those of you who don't know about the Shield tournament, it's a monthly tournament, and the winner of the tournament gets to have as this badge on his profile for a month, claiming to be the king of Crazyhouse, basically. And last month's winner was Terra87. I covered that as well. There's a large video on it, a long video on it on YouTube, if you're interested in watching that. And he is also in this tournament, so he has the chance of defending his title, basically. And all the other players are trying to win the shield of their own, or just have to have a lot of games of Crazyhouse, because it's a really long tournament. So you can get a lot of 3+2 games against a lot of different opponents, which is nice, because then you have exciting games against a lot of opponents, and also you get a lot of experience playing this 3+2 Crazyhouse, which is sort of the main time control these days for a bit longer game. So berserking, you lose your increment as well as 1.5 minutes. So if you berserk, you really have to play fast, but against 1600 I feel comfortable berserking, but it might bite me in the ass. Okay, so Let's just cover this pawn. We can take here next if necessary. Can also go bishop at b5 takes, and then take. So I have extra pieces in hand, and I can use the bishop on, or a piece here. Okay, now definitely going to take here. I think maybe even taking with the pawn is wise, because now, yeah, now it's okay, I guess. Feel like there's almost some sort of mate here. I need one more pawn, so I'll take here. It's rather forcing move, because knight at h6, pawn here. He can move up, but there he should not survive long, I feel. Let's go g4. Bishop at h6, yes. And now we go f5. And now he's blocked his retreat back to g7, h6. If he wants to take there anyway, the queen was already blocking as well, but now he has to move the king up, and I can finish here. Note that if he took here, the bishop at g4 is also winning. Alright. Hey, Scott Gorvox. Yeah, I'm well. I'm healthy. Just finished my semester today for the university as well. So only work and hobbies like chess for the next couple of months. So no more. So break from summer break from studies. Hope you're doing okay as well. And welcome to the stream. Alright, so we have Tafel next. I have a good record against him, but not to be underestimated, so no berserking here. Okay, he wants me to take the knight. I'll accept and go for knight d5. And maybe next go for knight f5 or... Okay, I'll take here. Bring in the bishop, because now the queen has a hard time finding a square. Queen d6 straight, and then queen at e7. And also, if you try to sack, maybe there's even queen takes here. I'll just take the queen, that's easier. No need to calculate, because now queen takes here, and there is on. Now I think I can just sack. Yeah, let's go like this. Pawn at h6, making it a bit harder on myself than should have maybe. But alright, still should be fine for white this one. But he has some sacking potential, but still the king can just move to d2. And even if he had more knights, the bishop is covering. And takes, I'll just take here or even take there. Let's finish this like this. Queen at f6, and then anything mates. Let's go for d5. A lot of options here. You can take with g, but let's take with e this time. The taking with the g pawn opens up the g file. It's also some benefits to that, but this is just solid. Let's go bishop d6. Pawn here is also an option. Yeah, definitely now since he castled, because then I get to open up his king side. And go knight at h4. Thanks for the follow. No chess, no life. Hey, Pastor. Thanks. Going bishop at d4 because now the king squares are covered, so pawn at h2 will mate. He missed it. Yeah, I should have gone f3 there, something like that, but then there's just a overwhelming position with the knight on h4 and the bishop on the e4. Tactical options on f3 later on. Okay, so won the first 4 games. Nice 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's keep berserking. Because later on, when like the top players are coming up and going to the top 10, there won't be any berserking, I guess, or not a lot at least. So let's get some points before we're facing the 2000 plus, 2200 plus players. Okay, this opens up pawn g2. That's basically winning the piece already back, and then I just have a really safe king structure. Yeah, and he's already resigning. It seems a bit premature, but rook g1 takes bishop at e4, and already black is really good there. So taking on f6 basically helps black, and it's not to say that black is better there, but white has some more tense options. It's a bit counterintuitive to not take the knight there, but you could delay taking, or you could just develop. Oh, that's a mouse slip. Of course, I meant castling there. But okay, then probably I developed some new theory here with king f1. And of course the king is not well placed there, because now it's more vulnerable to attacks on e3 and g3 later on. Let's go here. Because, yeah, knight takes f5 followed by a bishop at f4 and knight at d5 is something. And normally when you have castled, the queen takes h4 is an interesting idea. Okay, I think I can also just take this one, but then he sacks the queen. Take knight at g3. Let's just take the bishop first and then take here. And then play pawn at f2. Or maybe bishop at f2 is a bit more secure. Yeah, let's go with bishop. Yeah, knight at d2 to be expected. Probably I should consider taking this. But here queen takes, knight at e4, takes, king g2. Looks alright. So let's go like that. He could consider bishop at e3 and knight at c4. I missed that one. Yeah, so he found it. Okay, so I'll take and move to here and there and hope for safety, but this is a nice fine pawn at e3, and the idea was that if I ran that he had bishop at f2, taking on g3. Yeah, new theory, no chess, no life. Indeed. Thanks. Yeah, so here he has some stuff to calculate. That also might be an option to push this. Knight at f5. But then I think he lacks material. But even if he just moves back some pieces, or takes his time to not find the mate, he should be alright. If I take, he gains another bishop in hand. But then again, if I don't take, he just can take this bishop as well. But giving him the bishop mates by bishop at a5. And now it mates as well, I guess. a5, b6. Yeah, this should be mate. Let's allow the finish and not resign, because this is a really nice attack. Well played. b5. Nicely done by 3C. I haven't seen this guy before. That seems like a new account as well. Low on the games. Very well done. Nicely recognizing the queen sacrifice there. So yeah, I should have taken the knight on d2, but I felt like I had safety here. But he had some nice attacking ideas. Okay, we're playing the defender of the shield now, who played the whole 6 hours last time. So you really need to be either exceptional level, like a lot above the other players, or you just have to grind down and play a lot of hours to win this tournament. That's a pity. Yeah, new theory isn't that good indeed. King of 1, too much exposure there. But maybe I'll continue the discussion with my next mouse slip. Let's take on c3. I think knight at f5 or something he'll try. Then I think I just go bishop here. What does he want with this? He wants to take here next. Okay. Thanks for the follow, D-Boomer. So I'll go queen d2. I might sack my queen next. Looks interesting. Knight at c4 takes. Knight at e4 just takes the pawn. Because then if he takes here, the knight is hanging on e4. Okay, so he decides to go back. Now I think it's just time to go after h6 immediately. He can take d5, alright, but this is just a nice square to attack on. Let's go rook here maybe. Or just pawn here first. Also fine, I guess. And now rook back. Because he can promote, but then I'll just sacrifice the rook for 2 pawns. It's not ideal, but should be okay. Let's fortify this. And if he takes here, I might take here with knight at h5. Okay, so now I'll take this one twice. He has a rook now, but the rook isn't that useful, I think. Or at least not for now. Knight takes f2 is an idea to consider. But I think just queen takes. And also he has to be on the lookout constantly for rook at h8. Checkmating him. And also some sequence with taking here and then putting a knight threat on f6. This is just a really tough position to be in. Maybe he goes knight takes here, but I don't think that it should be any good. Okay, so now knight takes e2 is on, obviously. So I guess rook e1. But he's finding some nice moves. Okay, takes there. I think I should take here. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, let's do that. If blocks, take here, and I've cleared a lot of the danger. Hey, thanks for the follow, chess player 49. Because you cannot give up the queen, I feel. So yeah, he blocks. Can also take a knight at f6. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's go for this one. Looks more forcing, knight at f6. Because now I feel like sacking the queen should mate. Take. Pawn here. Yeah, that's mating. Pawn here, if back, bishop here. So he moves there first, then I guess knight here. And now I force him back to g7, bishop here, pawn here. Alright, that's a nice forcing sequence. Okay, so Varian's only taking a strong lead. Berserk only, as this is go-to meta, I guess. But happy to take down Terra, a strong player. But I seem to be doing well against him. Like I win 2 out of 3 games. Alright, Bruno Shields. Let's berserk one. Bring the knights out first. Maybe he goes for this. Okay, let's go for e4, e5 play. Because I feel like well, lately there's been a lot of players playing this, and then you have to know a lot of lines, and I feel like a 1700 player probably does not know all these lines, and then e4, e5 is just fine to play, to get a normal game basically. Let's go knight d4, yeah. Takes, queen h5 is not to worry about because bishop at g6. And I'm threatening to put a bishop here. And now he's just asking me to play knight at c2. Let's go bishop here. Because could have gone bishop at e2 immediately, but now he might use a blocker. And if he doesn't, knight at e2 is really strong. Because now knight g3 and knight e2 wins the queen. The knight's covering f1. So I take the queen and then I mate. Yeah, indeed, Sleipnir. It was indeed a choice between taking the knight or mating, but in my thought process before that, I realized I could take the knight, so that's always the safe option. So therefore I went for that line. But then after that, after the king was on g7 and there was the option of the queen sacrifice, I just calculated that. So I hadn't seen it beforehand, but that's a nice way to figure out your moves. Just check if you can get a safe position, and then during the sequence there might be some better move, and then you figure it out at that moment, and then you take your time to calculate all the way to a checkmate. Okay, so we're playing an international master now, from Russia it seems. So he has how do you call it, a provisional rating, so no clue how strong this player is. Yeah, he played just 5 games, so it could be a really strong player. So let's just take this seriously. Could take with the queen instead of with the knight. Leave the knight on f6. Yeah, let's take with the queen. If castles, I take here and play pawn at h3 maybe. Yeah, take here. Even here, knight attacking the queen again looks nice. Pawn at h3, bishop at f3 though. So let's go pawn at f3. Ideas if he takes knight at h3, king g1, pawn here, knight f4. Looks nice. And also, yeah, just taking here, if he doesn't sack my queen, should be really strong. Or if he doesn't attack my queen, I mean. Okay, so let's go knight at h3. Pawn here. Knight f4 check. Let's just play through this sequence. The idea is if he goes back, I sack my queen. Yeah, he goes for this. So now I take here. If he takes the queen, bishop at g2 is mate, of course. And if he blocks this threat, I take his queen, and I have this smothered mate idea of putting a queen on g1, rook takes g1, knight takes f2. And note that that idea is also on if he doesn't put something on g2, because the knight is covering. So maybe taking here should be considered, but then just bishop at g2 takes, and then take the queen and checkmate after. Yeah, all these chances for a queen sack indeed. I did it a few moves after in Sleipnir. Jan Lee would be proud, I guess, yeah. Okay, let's go bishop d3 here and go for a quick e5. I think if you play like this, you have to go knight c6 and try for e5 yourself as black. But maybe now knight c6, bishop f4, you can try sacking here. Okay, he goes for this. I think knight takes d4 might have been an idea there. So now I'll take the bishop and go pawn here. Just opening up the king. It's not really a follow-up, but probably I'll just have to sacrifice a bishop. Okay, now not even necessary. He's going to sacrifice some material. I'll go bishop g8. But that will be really passive. And he hasn't found an attack just yet. This pawn is a bit slow. Oh, bishop at h4, forcing a pawn here or there. Moving the queen, probably not good. And now rook e1. Just a bishop here to create some safety. If pawn g5, I just move back. And now I threaten d5 basically. Oh wow. He's really trying to lock himself in. Let's see how to bank on this. I think bishop c4. Yeah, let's go bishop c4. Push for d5. If he pushes d5, I intend sacking the knight. For pawn at f7. Sahadal saying that I should berserk some. Yeah, I'm berserking some under 2000, you're right. Yeah, I could have also no chess, no life asking why I not played d5 before. Last move. It was also a very good move indeed, because I have some ideas of sacking on f6 then after. But I don't know, it just went for this, not considering d5 that long, but it might have been a better move. Okay, now I'm just getting in on the light squares here. I'll probably leave this rook here if he attacks it and defend it somehow with a bishop maybe. I guess you have to go bishop here. This I don't know. King f8. Might still be okay. Maybe I'll just remove the rook now. Yeah, let's just move the rook back. Bit boring maybe, but it's solid. Crushing the turtle indeed. Scott Corofox, you're right. And next I'll try to gain a knight, one of these, for e6. Or maybe just knight d5 and sack on f6. Open the position up. And also knight d5, ice e7 of course. Yeah, rook takes e7 was also an option. And then knight d5, yeah. You're right. I thought about it as well, but I figured let's just go for this slower plan. But maybe rook takes e7 was winning by force. It still might be, but this also looks nice. Pawn takes and now rook e8. Let's see. Yeah, pawn at c7, this is the way. Pawn at c7 and bishop at e6. Of course not bishop at d7, because then he can take my pawn, since I'm blocking the defense, but now he only can block on d7, and then I can take with the queen on d7. Yeah, exactly, Sleipnir. My opponent had no real counterplay, so the slow play was fine there. Alright, Simple Simpson. So let's not berserk this game. The 2000 limit. Sleipnir asking if I intend to stream the whole tournament. This time when he going for G takes, by the way. Just to get some variation in the games. I intend on streaming a lot. I'm probably about 3 hours in or something like that, or maybe 2.5. I'll take a break for dinner, and I'll have dinner with my roommate, so it won't be that long, probably a half-hour break or something. And then I intend to pick up the stream again after dinner, so probably I'll play about 5 hours in total. And not the whole 6 hours. So yeah, should be not a lot of content indeed, but not the whole 6 hours. It's just not that conveniently planned for me, because it starts at 4 p.m. My time, so that's just in the middle of the afternoon. So it would be a bit weird, inconvenient to stream the whole tournament, as well as 6 hours is really long. I've done it before, but yeah, didn't feel like messing up my schedule for this. Yeah, exactly 5 hours, still a ton of time. Let's go a6, push the knight back. I was maybe taking here was also an option, but yeah, I figured if he pushed the knight back, I can take here. And if he tries to stack like this, it's better that I still have this option. Next move. This allows bishop here to scoop up the pawn. Because now, let's say if I took here a couple of times, he would have had extra material to harass me. And now I even can safely take on b2, I guess, because he only has the rook. And otherwise maybe rook at c8, blocks, something here. Would just be annoying. I think knight at c2 looks nice. Yeah, it looks really nice. Let's go for it. Because if he takes knight at c7, just king here. Because I have a checkmate in a few moves. With pawn at d2, knight takes d2, queen at d1, rook takes d1, queen takes d1, and the bishop has opened up. So that's the checkmate threat. Okay, so he goes for this, but now there should be a similar version. With just queen here, king back to e1, forcing knight takes d2 or king d1, pawn c2, and if knight takes d2, queen e2, making use of the bishop. Alright. Next game. So getting some stronger players now. I guess rating wise, of course, I mean. I guess the field is forming itself. So it goes queen e8. He basically plays like I play this. So sort of playing like myself here. I've had this setup with white a lot of times. I think g4 looks a bit odd to push these pawns, but I think allowing a sack on h3 if I defend it also opens things up a bit. And this bishops, if I can just block them off, that looks nice. Could even consider bishop h1 here. I think I'll just take the piece. Hey Joanna, thanks for the 100 bits. Welcome. So yeah, now bishop at g3, knight takes. He can try some sacking, but he can take this knight as well. But I feel like I should have enough coverage. But it looks like a promising idea to take here as well. Okay, so now he threatens to take here and go bishop here. Yeah, he's playing this really nicely. So I should figure out some way to sack the queen and getting safe as well. But he's making it hard for me. Yeah, pawn at e4, nice move indeed. But I guess if I lose against this this setup, it wouldn't be that much of a problem because it's just the way I like to play as well. So proving my own opening is a good one. Okay, this now he used the bishop. So now bishop at f3 is no longer a problem. So I guess now knight here. Or maybe rook h1 was also better. But I feel like he can only take the knight now. I can take this next, and then this knight is doing some defensive work. And I can maybe push here. Okay, he goes for it. Maybe he wants pawn at g4. I want pawn at f3, okay. I feel like I should take this. Yeah, let's take it. He gains a knight in hand, so pawn at g4 would have been really strong. But if he takes the only pawn available, I can even take with the queen there. Maybe. Okay, so now maybe queen d7. Okay, queen c8 played. If I block h5, surely. So I'll just move back. And if I have time, rook h1. Yeah, let's go here. And taking allows another pawn on f3, on e4 and threats on f3. Yeah, I have to take with the king here. It's a bit risky. If I take with the pawn, there was knights here. Knight at e3, winning the queen. And I don't feel like that it should be good. But this is risky. The king on g3. But knight at f5, just move back. And then maybe bishop at e4. Okay, he goes knight here. He wants to take here. If I sack, maybe I give too much. I feel like sacking should be it, because allowing knight here look dangerous. Bishop here now. Just defend g4 at all costs. Rook at g4. King h2. But he's being very resourceful. Okay, welcome. Saying that's an old Dutch battle. Ah yeah, variants only. Also at the top. Yeah, Sleipnir, you're right. Papier Hans is finding some really nice ideas. Okay, so let's just reinforce. Move back, I guess. King h2. We might see another queen sack here on h3. But I felt like I should should just move out of the pin immediately. Just went for it, and maybe queen takes h3 is winning, but we'll see then. So take. Knight at g4, king here, bishop at e4. He's finding lots of good moves. So maybe sack the queen back. Take. Yeah, let's sacrifice the queen back. And just drop pieces around my king. Because he has only a bishop and a queen, so if... Yeah, block with the queen here, definitely. So, okay. He still has some initiative, but it feels like I'm defending here. Yeah, indeed, Sleipnir sacrificing the queen there seemed a little bit suspicious. Okay, now pawn at h7. Just to annoy. If he takes bishop at f5. Wins the rook, and now no more threats here. So now I'm threatening knight at g5. Making him use the bishop in hand, basically. And now next move, I'll harass the queen away. Wow, another queen sack. But again, not easy, this. Bishop takes d4. Wow. It's not looking good, guys, for me. He's being resourceful. Okay, maybe he's even mating here. Yeah, I guess he is. Nice game, man. Well done. Very nicely played by my opponent. Yeah, hats off to Papier Hans. Under pressure there, little material. Hey, thanks for the follow. MMR Imker. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. Yeah, really nice game. Well done. Alright, variance only. Let's berserk a game. Let's see if he comes up with rover play. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go h4. e4, e5. Bishop d3, I guess. Taking the rook up on... the idea of this opening is that white takes the rook and he has no use for the rook. So therefore I try to delay taking the rook so that I can find use for it. And now the rook will be useful on the back rank if the king has to move back. So for example, bishop g6 and pawn at f7 ideas. Queen f3. If takes, there will be ideas on f7 again. Not allowing knight takes d4. That seems not like the good idea there. Maybe I should sack my queen here. I don't know. Let's go knight to g6 first. Bishop takes. Okay, now rook here first. But he can push his bishop back, of course. This I don't know. But I have to go for time reasons, of course. Not think too long. Oh, taking this in between seems like a mistake, but maybe he can get away with it. He has a lot of material, so he may find mate here. Let's move up. Ah, he has found it, I guess, with a pawn here and knight here. And this knight comes in as well. Just too slow to play queen out of 7. I tricked him into to a pre-move sequence, but okay. We can berserk some more. Well, my opponent decides to berserk back. Let's play e4, e5 again. And just the bishop e7 line. I think d4 is the move there, and maybe now knight g5. Or castles d6, knight g5 is good. But again, you have to know some lines there, and most of the people, including me, don't know them. So then we can just get a nice game. Let's go with knight at e2, knight at g3. Just letting this be for now. Put my pieces on the board. Queen moves anywhere, rook at f1. If you take here, I promote to knight. Okay, so no rook at f1. Yeah, let's put bishop here. If bishop here, I take and go bishop at f4, and then I put pressure on the light squares. Okay, let's take the knight, and then the bishop. Okay, he resigns. Okay. Not the best game, but that's with berserking and no increment, it's not about that. Hey, Ragged Flag, thanks for following. Saying he needs to learn this game. Any ideas where to start? Would prefer a game like this step by step online. Well, there are some interesting websites. I'll show you something here. This one, I think it gives you a command or something. Let's see if it still works. Or this one. Yeah, this one. If you check OKE's blog, he has done a lot of videos on Crazyhouse, and he also has a page where a sort of jump page where you can check for beginner guides, check for mating puzzles, all sort of stuff like that, ragged flag. So look over there on that website I just posted, and there's a lot of interesting content, but also if you're a beginner you can find some useful links there. I assume, and maybe let me try one more command if it's still up. Introduction. Yeah, here you go. You can also check this one, and there are also some links on below on when you scroll through the page. There are some useful links there. Good luck with it. Hope you enjoy the game, like the rest of us. Yeah, indeed. Check out Generally Crazyhouse, of course. Almost goes without saying. Let's focus a bit on this game. Let's go Queen D7. Preserve the knight's position here for now. Because maybe I want to do something on G3 next with Bishop D6. Let's check first. Make him use a piece. Or C3 also sort of weakens his position. And then back. Because this bishop on D2 is rather useless. Apart from the fact that it's covering some squares. Okay, he has found an idea to not let me take the rook, but now I'll try to arrest the queen. Maybe even D4 is possible. Queen takes B7, castles. Yeah, looks really interesting. Let's just go for D4. Queen takes B7, castles. Okay, he castles himself. D3 comes to mind immediately. Let's do that. Try to open up as soon as possible. Okay, knight E2 first and then take on C2. Now just pawn here, I guess. Could sack for the rook and then go rook at C1, but now this I can just take another pawn and go for pawn C2 again. Just remove defenders first, like this. Still the option of sacking. I guess I can also just sack the queen like this. And then rook at C1 is still on. But this may be a bit sloppy. Yeah, allowing C6. Just spotted it as well. That's not so good. Because queen at d7 is made now, so there's even queen takes. But after queen takes, I thought about knight at d2. Yeah, the bishop on b4 is being more annoying than I thought it would have been. So let's go knight at d2. Just confusing him a bit. So he finds the right move. Pawn here doesn't work, I guess. Okay, let's go rook at e5 and hope that it defends. But it looks bleak, this one again. I've overplayed my hand a bit, allowing this, going for this queen sacrifice here. Should have just gone for rook at c1, I guess, when I had the chance. Okay, so he goes knight at d6. I guess I'll take knight at c7 and I just run. Running this way probably doesn't work, so I'll run this way. Queen takes, pawn here is possible. Let's do it. These knights actually aren't that strong, so he can just grab the queen indeed. I thought he missed something here. Giving me the queen in hand without having a checkmate should be lethal for him. I think black is better now. I think he should have taken the bishop instead, because then he had a checkmating threat, and now he has no checkmating threat, and that means I can take over soon. Let's see how. Let's go bishop f5 first. Preserve material if he takes here. Go with the queen. Yeah. This way he cannot run to e1. So he has to run to c2. And then I go knight at b... No, not knight at b4. Let's see. Pawn at d3. Yeah. Pawn at c2. Sack the queen. Or sack the bishop. And then the queen comes into mate. Okay, I got very lucky this one. My opponent had a nice defense indeed. A knight at d4 was also possible, but I felt like going bishop f5 Sleipnir to preserve material, see what he does. Also was a bit low on time, so maybe knight at d4 was better. But I just saw this and I felt like, okay, let's go for this. Okay, Terra 87, let's see how we're doing. Losing to variance only. Has given us a slight 12-point deficit. But we'll try. Okay, let's go here. Take and go h3. Attack g7. Bishop at f6. Bishop here. Maybe still bishop here. Let's just go rook b1 in between. Because there's this nice idea if he goes rook b8, bishop at a4, and rook takes b7. And then you fork and you win material. And he can cover that by going bishop at d7. Okay, so he has used the bishop here. So if rook b8, bishop at a4, this is now the focus point of my attack, basically. Yeah, let's go for this. Bishop takes c2. I'll take here, I guess. Maybe he has covered nicely against it. We'll see. I don't think he has any great threats, so let's just go for rook takes b7. Knight takes c6. Probably just defending the knight should be fine. Let's let's take here. Now I could go knight e5. It's really aggressive, but it looks nice. Pawn d7 actually, and then knight e5. A bit more forcing. It does use the pawn, so it may be a bit too much, but I'd made a move like this already. It's basically proving my point, I guess. Now bishop here, using the pin. Taking, resolving. Now the rook is still on b7, of some use maybe later on. And the knights are jumping in. For example, knight takes g6, knight at h7 was a threat. So he covers the bishop. Okay, now we go knight takes c6. And maybe knight e5 instead of dropping one. And let's just move this one back. Rook back. Yeah, I could have gone pawn at b7, but felt not allowing anything around my king, and just wait, because now his king is still a bit vulnerable, and I'm the one holding the pieces. And maybe now I can decide to sack the queen if necessary. Probably I'll just go for something along the dark squares. Pawn here, and then sack the queen. Okay, sack. Take the queen, d7. Yeah, that looks really good. So he takes. Okay, now I'll go pawn at d7 in between, because there is some idea of takes the queen. Whoa, takes the queen. Knight at d7. Yeah, we'll see it. Maybe knight at d7 is not winning, and taking here is better, I guess. It's the problem for him. He would like to run to h7, but both ways are blocked. So his king is going to be in the open. Take queen at f4. B file is also blocked, so this is going to be checkmate in 3 or 4 moves. I guess 3. Yeah, queen here. And now the pawns. And pawn at d7. And then the king has to move to d8, and then I mate on e7. Yeah, thanks, Scott Scoravox. Indeed, nice. Happy with that game. Okay, so some 2400 players are playing, and we have Bughouse Knight next. Berserking. Alright, I'll berserk back. Maybe I won't do that later on, but we'll see. For now it seems fine. Let's go h3. Take knight at g4, block a sack here. Because now this bishop is blocked off as well, so now it shouldn't be that much of an issue anymore. e4 quickly. Let's take here. take here. Because he won't take on d5, I guess, because that's knight takes d5 is just going to be strong. He can have the knight. I have pawn at d7. Let's harass the rook a bit. Sacking here, I just take the rook. Oh, he sacks with the rook, okay. And he's cleaning up like this. Okay, that's a nice idea. Queen takes h5, picking up this bishop. I should remember I've berserked this, so let's pick up the pace. Defend f2. Maybe this queen trade favors him, I don't know. Let's go pawn at c7. Tricky move, because now knight a6 mates. Maybe he can just take the knight. Then I'll take his knight on f8. Yeah, I think he missed knight a6 mating. Queen at c7. Okay, that's a nice one. Just a fast game in between all the 3+2. Makes it hard though to switch up in pace, but I just noticed in time to keep the pace going. And knight a6 there is it leads up to the smothered mate, and that's just something that's really hard to block. So my attack was just a bit sooner than his attack on h2. Alright, Bayermiller next. Let's play this. And this is a bit dubious, so you probably won't see me doing this in an official game. Knight takes e4, already a free pawn. I guess I'll just take the free pawn. You cannot take back, of course, but let's pre-move. Let's pre-move if he does. Okay, he does not. Takes knight at f3 was checkmate. He has some development, but there are not a lot of not just weaknesses just yet in my camp. Okay, let's go here. You can take here. Then I'll take this one, or I just take back. Okay, let's go bishop e7. This gives him some play. I thought he had to go knight at d5 or f5 maybe. I think knight at f5 was a nice way to keep the tension, because now the tension is, well, not gone of course, but I can dictate a bit now with my pieces. And I can find a good moment to sacrifice my knight. So yeah, just take the pawn. If he takes, just opens up. So that's okay. Rook d1, okay. Could try to save the knight actually somehow. Let's go here. If takes the first pawn here. And if he takes with the knight, I guess I take with the bishop. Just blocking off this rook. Okay, let's do it anyway. Cuts up the bit of this pieces a bit, but nice play by my opponent. Bishop h3. Okay, now he takes. He only has knights, so that's sort of fine for me. That he cannot put pawns here to harass my pawns structure. But on the other hand, my attack is also a bit gone. So I have to regroup here. Later on, maybe some ideas of bishop takes f2 or pawn at d3 and then push this pawn. But not for now. Okay, let's go c5 against this. Pawn at a7 was just really strong. I felt even if he if I gone like a5, he could have gone pawn at e7. So he's playing again really strong. Because if a queen gets traded, that will be really good for white. Because then he can sack here. And all kinds of mating ideas come into play. My defensive idea is just based on the fact that he doesn't have a heavy piece being a rook or a queen. Okay, let's take on h2. If queen takes, maybe just bishop d6 back. I guess bishop d6 anyway. I don't know if you should allow at d5. I guess I'll just go for d5. If I get a queen in hand, that creates new possibilities on e1. But I think taking is indeed a good decision. Let's see if I have a nice forking idea here. I think queen d5. Queen d5 runs into knight at e7. Okay, let's not blunder a queen. Queen at d5 then. Oh, I'm just missing something. Queen at e1. Yeah, if he takes, I've made. Or if he takes twice, I mean. And if he has to move to g1, then I can take this piece. That took me a while to find. If you take, promote to queen, take again, rook at d1 is made. So you can take once and then go king g2, but that just gives me an extra rook, so king g2 is the move. Okay, he wants to take. But this gives him a queen, okay? But yeah, don't think giving me the extra material is wise. Queen g5 looks nice. You have to block on g4, yes. Knight at h4 next. Jumping the knight in here, maybe the queen follows here. Just getting the queen in with check should really help finding a mate here. Knight h4 again. Queen takes g4 should finish, yeah. Queen takes, if bishop takes, there's rook at f1 and queen takes f2. So you have to block again. And now queen takes g3. Takes, rook at g2. Yeah. If you don't take here, just queen e takes f2 is made. Alright. So 3 losses so far. Against 3C. Ah yeah, and Papier Hans. Both very well played. And a Berserker game against variants only. That could go either way. He's really strong in Crazyhouse in general, but also in quicker time controls. He gets even better compared to the rest. Alright, this international master again. Let's go d5. And again, this pawn defending a lot. I feel like e takes f6 is slightly better than g takes f6, but both are pretty much possible. Bishop b4, maybe queen e7. I'm just waiting with developing this bishop to see where he develops his knight. If knight f4, immediate bishop g4. Because I've castled and he hasn't, so pawn at h3 was not that good yet, but now it might be. But now pawn at e4 also seems nice. Trying to win back the piece. So I think taking on c6 is correct. Because knight takes d4 ideas were also coming. But still now you have this really annoying pin and you would like to cover with the pawn. Maybe just rook e8 here. Taking also looks interesting. Take. Then I allow rook at g3. So let's just go rook e8 and see how he plans to continue. Can even consider bringing this bishop back. Yeah, okay, so I'm preserving the rook for now. Then I should be fine. Knight here. I think I'm a pawn short somehow. But I still go for this. Of course he can take, but that should lead to mate. So he doesn't. And now it might be a bit fancy, but I think rook e1. Let's see if he has some defense. Oh, yes, knight bishop takes f4. Okay, so not rook e1. Yeah, I could also just go for this and pawn at g2. I'll go knight e2, okay. I need to preserve mating threats, because otherwise he can take here and go knight at h6. And now the mating threat is of course to go take c3. Or take a f3. Okay, I'll take here. Again, pawn at g2. And if he takes here, I want to go pawn at g2 and take this one with check, and then I can defend. With, let's say, bishop at h6. So if he covers f3, I can take the queen. Ah, he falls for the smothered mate. Maybe the attack wasn't as strong as I thought, and he had the defense there. I don't know. Let's see. Well, we'll see later if I check the game, maybe. All right, Backhouse Knights. Let's just play this game. Give ourselves some more time. Let's play here. Let's go for queen e7. Okay, then I'll sack on h6 to go pawn here. Let's go knight b5 first. The idea is to take here, and then knight takes c7. Of knight at c7, I mean. Maybe he wants to sack on g3 or pawn here. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. So I'll go bishop at f4. Make him use a pawn on g5 if he wants to. And just keep safe. Yeah, he uses the bishop. So now I can take on h6. Pawn c7 comes to mind, for example. But now that he used the bishop, a lot of attacking potential is gone. Pawn here. Yeah, let's go pawn here. I can even play e3 next. Should be okay. Guess a6, yeah. I think knight c3 should be okay. It can repeat, but queen d2 is on. Queen e1 is on, I mean. Now my light squares are going to be a bit weak on e4, but don't think he has the time to go after that. Okay, now there's something coming. So let's try knight at h5. To create counterplay before he can really get dangerous. Knight g4. Just drop the knights. Knight h4. He might sack here. And now I can play f3. Yeah, rook at h8 probably missed. Because yeah, this knight is really good here. Yeah, and this should lead to mate very quickly. Or at least a really strong position. Queen here, take the bishop. Just take the pieces. That should be enough. He's low on time as well, so I'm just mating here. Yeah, knight to d8. Bit lame, maybe not to berserk back, but it does retain streak as well as getting the other player off streak. And I'm in this 3+2 flow, and then it's hard for me to switch. Okay, let's play a French setup. Wow, he's going for this, okay. I think knight takes c5 is an idea here. Yeah, you can trade queens here. And then go pawn at d3. Or just bishop at b5 first, I guess. Otherwise he plays bishop at b5. Maybe I allowed knight here now. I'm not sure. Okay, he doesn't play it. Then we'll just go for this. What is king d2? Maybe a slip. My opponent offers a draw. Okay. Hey, Knight McGryphon, thanks. I'm doing well so far in 3rd place. And knight at f6. Oh, he only has one knight now, okay. So knight at f6 isn't as strong as before. So let's just move the bishop back. Threatened mate in 1. Bishop at b5, okay. Was on the cards. Yeah, now knight at c4, queen at d1, okay. There's a lot more to this position for white, but he failed to see the opportunities. It's not as easy as I made it look. Maybe I'm even lost. But you have to be concrete and attack quickly with white instead of trying to defend there. But that takes calculation. It was indeed a mouse slip, I guess. And now my opponent was harassing me, not harassing me, calling me out for not taking the draw, but that's not how it works in tournaments. Tournaments you cannot ask for take back. And if I accept the draw, I'm just off the streak, so mouse slips are part of the game, in my opinion. And you sometimes can accept a mouse slip or a take back, but you're not obliged to do that. And even after king d2, he wasn't even lost, so. Okay, so my opponent is streaming as well. Haven't seen him before. Maybe he's streaming in Turkish, I don't know. But always nice to see people stream, more people stream Crazyhouse, of course. Okay, so he has sacrificed an early knight. He has some justification for it because my bishop is away from this diagonal defending e6. But after I played e6, bishop e7, I should be okay. And he now should try for a quick attack on the light squares, I guess. Or maybe go pawn at g5, knight g4, e4. There are some ideas here. Okay, goes e3, plays it slow. So I'll go bishop e7, give my king room. I think pawn at g5 is a good idea. I have to consider then if I want to keep the knight. Because for example, if I go knight e4, bishop d3 already creates new possibilities. Okay, now I'm not going knight at g6. Try to arrest this. Okay, rook of 8. Because now he's given me some time to organize. He's even taking this. That's also helping me. Because now the knight can go to h4 if pawn at h5. Usually, when you are attacking in these kind of things on f7, trading pieces, you should only trade pieces if it really helps your position. It gains you new attacking possibilities, and now he's just helping me, I feel like. Yeah, that's a move I like. Because now king g8 is a bit discouraged, and d5 locks up my bishop. But I think I have to go d5. Because pawn at f5 was just going to be really annoying. And now this is okay, I guess. Let's go bishop at e4. You could see some repetition here. Takes, bishop at c4, block on d5, but then there's already some piece on e4 blocking. Okay, so I'll take. Bishop h4 seems natural. It makes him use a piece here. And then king g8. Yeah, this I feel like bishop at f3 should be good. He could take here, but it should not lead too much. Rook at a1, always a good idea. I would like a knight on a2, of course. I'm just moving my pieces back, putting him on time pressure. Maybe take with the pawn. Because he's going to repeat, of course. Ah, okay, I'll take, and then I'll sack my queen and go bishop at a2. So bishop at b3, I just take. Now bishop at a2, same idea. If you take here, rook takes b1, mates the queen. Now rook takes b1 is almost unstoppable. Queen takes b1 as well. And he decided to resign before there was any mates. Okay, so we're in first now. Take cubes, AK and variants only very close to us. But a lot of hours to be played. And as I said, yeah, queen takes b1 was probably force mates, gets go over a fox. There was not much you can do about it. As I said before, I will have a break in somewhere around 3-hour mark. Whenever my roommate has dinner ready, basically. Okay, so let's berserk this. Play fast. Go for a quick h4. Okay, c4. Just move the bishop back. Let's take and go h5. Could also take here, but I wanted to preserve this pawn. Now I'll take, of course. Knight at h4 is an idea. Even then, maybe queen g4. Okay, let's go h6. He's not going for knight at h4 next or last move, so probably won't do it now. Yeah, now I can just sack. Or it wasn't even a sack, I guess. Knight here. King g6 prolonged the game for a few more moves. Okay, so that was quite a fast game. to get a few to get an extra 5 points there. Let's see who's up next. Nightmare Gryphon saying I'm going to sack the queen. Looks so easy, but when you spot bishop at 82, winning back a lot of material, it's indeed not a very hard decision to make. But you have to be aware of those bishop at a2 ideas. Okay, let's just play the usual d4 knight f3 setup. Bishop here. He's played with c6, and that's okay. It fortifies d5, so there are no threats of putting a knight here and sacking on d5. That's basically what you prevent with this system. It does, however, delay your development to move. So, but then again, the setup by white is also not that fast. It's rather slow actually. So I think c6 is a nice idea by Karamet fast. Strong bullet players seemed like, and also good in some variants. Nice. Haven't played it before. Let's take on g6 and just fortify the bishops on the dark squares. And usually in chess you would like to take towards the center, but there's also something to say for taking like this in Crazyhouse. It's sometimes more optimal to preserve the defensive pawn on h7 and open the f-file. But either way is fine. Of course you're going to have to take back, otherwise you're just down a piece. Okay, so here I'm putting more pressure on f6, and next I could maybe play e4. I think e4 is nice. Yeah, let's go e4. If I take, he might sack the queen, so I'll take on f6 first. And I take again. And I'll go here. Okay. So he's got this figured out, I guess. Knight at g4. Maybe I should take some more time to think here, but for now it seems alright for me. Yes, maybe knight takes d4. That's an idea in some lines. And then if I take, there's knight at e2. Oh, he's not going for it. He's just fortifying his position. So then I'll take on f6 and go knight at h6 maybe. Just clean up all the pieces. I guess knight at h6. Again with the draw offer, okay. Just going to ignore that. Let's go bishop here. Cover this one, cover this one. I had some ideas of knight takes f5, but they are not working just yet. They might work later on. And also I wanted to get the bishop here because there are some ideas of sacking, and I have to play f3 at some stage. Okay, I guess I'll take now. Knight f4 to control a lot of squares. Because now I'm maybe threatening queen h5. Guess I am. Queen h5. Let's do it. And pawn g6. Looks like I'm just some material short here. So I could take here and then knight g6 is threatened. Yeah, I'll take here to threaten knight g6. It's playing really quickly. I think now knight queen takes. Yeah, let's do this. Again, quick moves. I wanna keep this knight here, so I can take here and go here for safety if I don't find a mate. But maybe I'll move it next. Let's see. This one, yeah. Yes, okay. Queen f7, king d6, of course. Maybe I want him on d6, and then I'll take the bishop. And now if pawn here, just move. And then he can try a bunch of sacks, but he needs a couple of more rooks for those sacrifices to work, to lure away this knight. Okay, I'll have to take this, of course. I think it's a good way to start. Now go bishop here, because now there are some even some more defensive possibilities with this knight taking a piece with check. Maybe I messed up with f3, but I feel like I should still be safe here. Knight is covering, queen is covering. Let's just take with the queen for extra safety measures. Okay, knight at g4, I guess. If you take queen c5. He's just sacking everything to get at my king. But now I've gained some more pieces, so. But he's being resourceful. Not mated yet. Making me work for it next game. Oh, I mean to find a mate. Don't know why I said next game. Let's see. Not overthink this. Just go knight here. d5. Knight f4, bishop here. It's all coming together, or at least almost. I think I have it now. Wow, he still managed to find the defense. I'll just take this one then. Just take some extra material, maybe I find it after this. Not seeing it. I'm almost losing on time here as well. And then I just have to be practical and move a bit quicker. Knight h5, king g2. Okay, I'll take. Alright, there we go. Okay. That was a bit tougher than expected, but in the end, still got it. Sometimes you have to just move, and even there's a force mate in a position, you cannot allow your clock to go down to 3 seconds. In this position, that was the wise thing to do, I guess. Okay, so getting a bit ahead of the field. Take cubes has lost a couple of games, but still very close. And then another few players pausing. But of course they could join any time again. I think that's a nice feature from League Chess, that you can also, in any moment, you can quit the tournament for a while, take a quick break. And League Chess also has Swiss tournaments integrated just last week or last month. So for people preferring those are also available now. H6, A6, nice. That's a nice setup. Prevents my knights to go to B5 or piece to G5. So that's a good idea. And now I was going to sack on H6, but he's not allowing me. So let's go G4, maybe G5. It's also creating possibilities to attack on the light squares. Guess I'll take. Maybe I even take again. Or Queen D3 also looks interesting. I guess Queen D3. Because I wanna delay the fact that he can put it bishop on G6 for as long as possible. I might even sack my queen for it. But maybe not, we'll see. Queen f3, knight at g5. So I'm almost forcing myself to sacrifice the queen here. Let's just try it. We can be a bit frisky in some games. Try some ideas. The main reason why I did this is that he has no attack on f2 just now, so I should be safe for a couple of moves. And then maybe I can improve my position with the knights in hand. For example, taking on f7 or taking on g5. Or just put a knight on the board somewhere. Yeah, let's go with knight at f3. Maybe not the best move, but we'll see. I guess I'll take this. This is good, knight at g6, that's a good move. Because it can go to f4 next. If I take it, he has some sort of pawn chain. Okay, so I won't take it. Go knight d4, if knight f4, e3 maybe. And now I'm sort of threatening to take here and go knight takes e6, he figures it out. Yeah, I would really like a pawn here to harass on f5. Let's go rook c1, see what he does with his queen or how he proceeds. Should we give up the knight for a pawn? I guess not. Just reroute the knight. Then maybe rook c1 is a bit useless if I wasn't about to give up the knight. I guess he's a bit reluctant to play knight f4, but I feel like it was the good move indeed. Let's go knight e3 to take the bishop with the knight. That's a bad miss. Yeah, black is taking over this game. D-Boomer asking, yeah, indeed, D-Boomer, I just sacrificed the queen to get something, but it hasn't worked out. So my opponent is just better here. And I'm trying to create some sort of counterplay. But it's really hard. He's denying everything so far. Even dropping this, wow. I'm dropping everything. Okay, then I'll just sack. Okay, let's sack. Let's pretend like I saw this idea after rook e1, taking, sacking. It will take him some moves to attack my queen, to attack my king. So hopefully I'm just in time, but I don't know. Okay, let's sack. Also because I'm low on time, just have to figure something out. But he's given options to me, so this is okay for me. Knight g6. King here takes, bishop at g6. Knight g5 is now also on, so you have to take back. You cannot take the time to take here because knight takes g5 mates you. And now it feels like I'm taking over, or at least creating enough chances. He still has time to take, maybe now, but his attack is just a bit slow. Maybe as knight takes f2, knight at g3 ideas to speed up the process a bit. Let's go f6. Yeah, stakes, okay. Now rook here. Maybe I made it back home, but I don't know. At least I'm winning the queen. I feel like these two pieces are defending enough. And I'm just threatening to use my queen. I feel like I have to block this rook coming in. And now queen at f7 is also a mating threat. e6. Okay, this is mate. Okay, my opponent was a bit unlucky there. That the threat on that he failed to defend there because he had a really nice position. But that's what happens sometimes. You just get lost in figuring out how if you need to defend or do I need to attack here, what to do. You notice your clock is ticking down, Um, yeah, it's got a Gorofox saying good players are always lucky. Yeah, maybe true. Especially in time scrambles, indeed, Sleipnir 1216 saying in time scrambles, good players have, higher rated players tend to have been more in those positions, knowing how to win them. So they have less problems with just using the 3 seconds, and their intuition is better developed. So they may keep on making okay-ish moves, or even the best moves with only 2 seconds, because they have the right intuition, and that just takes time to develop. Okay, let's stick here. A knighted before, now forks. He has some attacking possibilities, but okay. Not taking the queen just yet. First giving myself the possibility to go like this. Because if I take the queen, I give him another knight for knight at h6. I have to take, he takes, and this knight comes to f5, and he just gets an attacking position for free. Okay, so it goes h5. I guess I'll take the knight with my rook and still leave this knight here. Okay, now I'll take, I guess. And go knight at c2, maybe. Maybe knight g4 to threaten mate. I think knight g4 also looks nice. Okay, let's go knight c2 first and then knight g4 if he moves to f1. Or there. Okay, knight g4 is also giving me options to defend h6. And just queen takes f2 is just a really strong threat. Takes king here, knight e3 is mate in a couple of moves. Yeah, rook f5, I can go here. Maybe he missed this. Let's see. Go here. Can take the rook always, but maybe there's something better. I guess not. Let's take the rook. Maybe there was knight takes f2 and take d3, sacking the queen for mate. But this seems just as good and way more practical, not allowing a lot of counterplay. Okay, so he takes. Pawn here. Knight at h6 I can just take. And pawn at f2 is designed to go bishop at f2 next. And then knight takes g3 mates, wherever he moves his king. And I don't see a nice way of defending against this. Let's go rook g1, threatening the same mate. Okay, he missed it. There we go. Ah, yeah, so this one again. d4. This is he's a strong player. Let's play g6 against him. Let's go h6. Knight c6 first. If I go d5, he can take. And then if I go queen takes, there was knight at e7, and now with the knight on c6, e7 is covered. Okay, so I guess I make a developing move here. Rook e8. Bishop e6 is possible, it's a bit passive, but pawn at e6 was also not feeling okay. So let's go pawn at e4 now. Knight h4, maybe even g5, but probably not. Looks like a nice position. D-Boomer asking if I want to win the Crazyhouse Shield. Yeah, I might try for it today. I'm not playing the whole 6 hours. I will take a break in between, but I'll probably come back after and I'll see if there's still a chance to win it. Good sack here. Don't know how good it is. Maybe just queen d7. Let's try that, queen d7. I could sack here and go pawn at f3 and try to go for some complications, but right, I'll take now and block on f5, I guess. With the pawn. Looks really risky to do this, but it might open up some possibilities. He can take on d5, for example, and then takes pawn here. Don't know about that for black. Let's just try to go for it. Wow, he even takes that one. I think I'll go here then. He can go sack the queen, takes knight at f6, but I think king h8 might be just safe. It also could lead to mate for me, or for him, with some long line with knight at h5 and to follow. But I feel like I've misplayed the opening, so I have to go for this. And if he doesn't find something, okay, then I have chances maybe to get back into the game. And if he does find a mate or a very strong continuation, then I just lose. But at least it's making him think. Takes, knight at f6, king h8, pawn at g7 takes, knight h5, knight h5 takes, king h8. Should be okay for black. That's where my thought process stopped. But maybe there's something else. And if he tries to defend, for example, I'm sort of threatening knight at f3, I guess, or pawn at e2. He goes for this. Okay, so there's no knight landing on f6 next move, so I could go for this one. Yeah, let's try it. Oh, he's not even taking it. Okay. So this, then, I guess. But yeah, not taking the knight seems like a good idea, actually. Should watch out for queen here. Takes queen h4. Queen takes f2. Looks dangerous. But he's going for it. Of course you have to block on h3, not on h2 because that's mate. I'm threatening to take here and rook at h2. So yeah, he has to go for this. Maybe he sacks the queen. Let's see which move order. I think here first. Not allowing, first making him put the rook on the board, rook at g7, then go back. Because if he could take this with check with the rook still in hand, he has some pawn at g7 ideas, and now he didn't have those. Go here. I cannot take the queen because that mates me. I can force my way to take the queen like this though, and that should win. Yeah, there we go. Okay, happy with that game. Knight takes d4, brave move, but it paid out in the end. And he can he had just too little material there. He needed a couple of pawns, and there would have been a nice mate. Yeah, GG. Thanks, Joanna. Alright, next one. Hey, thanks for the follow, Akila-kun. Alright, so Tamizama goes with the bishops, and he goes for the knight e7. Okay, it's been a while since I played against this. Normally we see the knight going to this one. Let's go a3. Okay, sacking the bishop for 2 pawns. That's reasonable, actually that's a reasonable trade. In Crazyhouse, sometimes even the 2 pawns are better. Yeah, thanks, Koen. Tomorrow. For those wondering what Koen is asking in Dutch. With my club, my over the board club, we are playing a cup competition online on Lichess. So I'm playing one of my club mates tomorrow in a blitz match. Yeah, if takes knight at h6 looks really good. Queen takes f7 ideas. Pawn here. Maybe even queen takes here first. Probably should be good. Yeah, let's take here. He has some defense still around his king, so not be too greedy there. Maybe try to arrest this bishop. Looks like a good idea. If you take here, I just take with the bishop back with check. That is only helping me, I think. It's putting diags on the dark squares makes running to e7 tougher. Let's take the bishop. Knight takes e2, just king here. Okay, he's trying to get some counterplay on f3. Now I'll take the rook first, and then bishop takes h6 comes to mind, as well as pawn at g7. Let's just go bishop takes h6. There's plenty of time here before this becomes a problem. Okay, queen d5 now. Pawn here, rook at g7. Looks winning. Okay, bishop at f7. Yeah, bishop at f7. Force the queen. Pawn at e6. And maybe I need to be precise here. Rook at d7, queen at f7. Let's start with that. Bishop f4. Just preserve the pawns. Bishop e3. And now there should be mate. Yeah, queen b3, pawn at c2. Okay. So we're keeping the streak, but Take Cubes AK is also keeping his streaks. Strong player as well. Alright, Philip Elf. We can berserk this one. Hey, thanks, man. Enjoyed reading your book, Akila-kun. And there always will be new mysteries of Crazyhouse to explain, so see you next time. Okay, let's play quickly. Berserking. Knight e5. Okay, now he plays c5, so I'll quickly go for pawn at h6. And black can defend against this. Obviously, it's by playing passive or playing rook e8. But it just gives a lot of opportunities. Let's sack on d5. Queen g5 maybe next. Okay, he blocks queen g5. But I really want queen g5. He doesn't. Let's take the pawn. If knight takes, I can take the queen first. And now I can go knight h5, win the queen. Yeah, now I've just won a lot of material. And I'm even threatening mate with queen at h8. King takes. Okay, let's go pawn at h6. Maybe queen takes f8 was also mate quickly. But he allows this again. Alright, happy to win this one quickly. Get an extra 5 points. And that's 100 up, as they say it in cricket. Alright, Hercules. I don't know much about cricket, but it sounds like a good one, 100 points. And now I'm playing Take Cubes AK. Strong player. And this is going to be an important match in the first section of this tournament, basically. Because whoever wins this stays on streak. And the other one has to win. Oh, it could be true that in Rotterdam there's cricket. There's some cricket in the Netherlands, I guess. But yeah, I'm not in... Maybe in Groningen as well, in the city where I live, but I don't know about it. Yeah, what this move does is it's covered c2, it's attacking these squares. So it's creating opportunities to stack on d5, basically. And a move here could be bishop at e4, but then probably bishop at f3. And if he takes, I've improved my position. Okay, let's take on d5. Because pawn d7 is looming. Because bishop takes c2, pawn d7 takes... Looks good. He can try bishop takes c2, take the queen. I'll take his queen. Yeah, interesting. Maybe he can go for bishop takes c2 there. I'm not sure how the evaluation will be then. Okay, I think I'll just go for this. Just put the bishops on the light squares. Take grab pawns. He only has knights, so he would like to go knight f5, pawn at e3, for example, but not allowing that just yet. Let's go pawn here, so I can make sure this bishop stays on g2, doing his defensive duties. And bishop at e3, knight e5. But there's going to be something happening here. Some sort of sack is coming. So let's see how to defend. I feel like a defensive move is in order here, so therefore I'm going for bishop at e1. Because this are his main ideas to attack these squares. So I'm going to use my pawns to create some fort around my king, and then maybe I can go for rook at c8 or something. Let's keep on building this. Okay, he wants the pawn, then I'll take the knight and replace. Maybe pawn at f3 was just a bit too quickly there. Maybe I should have taken first. But oh well. We have to move on. Let's go here. Takes g6. Take back, I guess. Oh wow, Joanna beating at 2000s. Nice. Good job. Okay, I'll take here. Maybe e4. It does break down a bit, but allowing stuff here seems not right. Okay, I'll allow this, and then I'll try to create something myself, because I have no chances now at his king, and I need to create stuff quickly. Otherwise he could just slowly go after my king while I'm defending, and I need to counter. And when I counter, there are two things happening for him. Number one, he is trying to find the defense. So he takes his time, and I am putting pieces on the board trying to attack him as well. So knight takes e4 is coming. Maybe queen c2. Let's try queen c2. Not a fan of my position. Good luck, Hercules, when you rejoin, and have a nice time outside. It's a lovely weather here in the Netherlands, so hopefully for you as well. Yeah, this doesn't look good, guys. Take cubes is putting on the screws here. Cannot even take this. Wow. Or maybe I can. No, I can't. This is just resignable. Well done by take cubes. Played really well. And take cubes and I have played a lot of 1-0 in the past, so then usually I was slightly better, but take cubes has improved as well in the slow play, playing a nice game there. Let's take on e3 and remove and repeat. Yeah, I think bishop at e3 first to cover h6. And now just knight h4, I guess. Yeah, knight h4. Not to per se trade here, but it was attacked. And there is some bishop takes idea. Yeah, I'm just going for this. Queen takes, bishop takes, and I'll regain some pieces. And now pawn here. He can sack his queen. He's opting to sack the rook. Couple of options here. Rook at g2 or knight takes f3 basically are the two ones to consider. Problem with rook at g2 is that after that I only have a queen in hand and not much to work with. And also it will take some time. To get new pieces joining the attack there. Okay, I'll take here. And then bishop g5. By the way, I noticed I had auto queen on, so I was doing a lot of bullet lately, so I should remember that. Not necessary to change it, but just remember it. It should be fine. I think there is the option of Control or Alt before you promote, and then you can pick. So when your pawn is on the last rank, you hold Control or Alt, and then you pick your piece anyway. Okay, so he's giving up the queen. I'll take that gladly, and then I'll take the knight. Queen at g1 now threatened. If you take here, knight at f1 is really strong, so it's looking tough for him. Okay, so he resigns. Okay, taking this win. Still up against take cubes. Maybe we'll get to play him again. Guess he's still playing his game, so we'll get another opponent. Let's see what he comes up with. e4. Okay, let's go knight f6. And knight c6, d5. Okay, basically when people play knight f3, bishop g4 is okay. The bishop is usually going to d3 or b5, and then the knight can go to e2. It's considered to be a bit stronger for white, because then you have the option of going to f4. But there's nothing wrong with this, of course. But it gives black some more flexibility and less forcing for black. He has some more time to figure out this setup. And allowing f5 should also be good for black, because now there's defense with the queen, and the f-file opens. So I'll just take the material. Could take this one. Could also go bishop here. Let's try bishop here. Knight takes e6. I'll take the queen. And if the queen moves, I'll go knight at e2, I guess. And then knight takes f4. Picks up the bishop. Knight takes e6. Knight at a6. I should probably move. Ah, nice. Nice one. I missed this one completely. Because if I take, he has knight at h6. That's the idea. Okay, so I'll take. And I'll take with the king. Yeah, it looks really risky giving up this piece with check, but allowing knight at h6 was also not the option. So take bishop at f5 and some sort of safety, but still it looks good for white. Nice find, bishop at f7. I missed that one. Oh, has he found the mate? Let's see. Ah, he does. Rook g8. Well done. Okay, so if you're gonna lose 2 games, then just lose them in a row, I guess. Or when you're not on streak. And now we'll try to regain. Maybe e6 first is slightly more accurate, I don't know. Allowing e6 seemed a bit off. Let's take here. Take here. Let's go here. Feel like some chances will rise. Knight takes e5, for example, already looks nice. Let's do it. If takes, bishop f3. Bishop b4, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, bishop b4 looks good. c3 definitely loses, so you have to block. Okay, I think I'll go here. Yeah, go this. King b2, bishop a3, bishop d5. Queen takes c4, or if here, pawn b5. Okay. Quick win. To get back on track, try to catch take cubes. But that will be tough. Strong player. I'm playing well this tournament. Alright, Marlon C. f4, alright. Let's go e5. Play this gambit that you can also play in chess. Quick e4. Just try to, because the open f file has some benefits for white, if you can use it quickly. So just trying to deny him possibilities. So knight e5 is coming, I guess. So then I have to cover f7 with knight f6 or just bishop at g6. Oh, he really wants queen takes f3. But now I think knight at g5 covers attacks, and then I'll have time to develop even more. Yeah, it's actually exactly entire sleeve. It should be strong for black. Let's go knight f6 because he will harass me, and then try to use this. Now put this knight on e4. I'll do that. Bishop g4. Let's keep developing. Maybe I think he misplayed this a bit here and should have gone after these knights earlier. Because now his queen is almost trapped. Maybe it is trapped. Blocks bishop at g5. And then it's just a really nice position for black. Because without these two pieces developed, there's even no rook connection. So there's going to be threats of pawn at f2 and queen at e1 if I win the queen. Yeah, d4 was not a good move indeed. Entire sleeve. You are right. Okay, so knight d2, taking the queen. Putting a bishop here. I want to take either of these pieces, and then there's almost a mate already. And also it prevents bishop at b5 maybe getting some counterplay. Okay, I'll take the rook. And I'll take this one. So now it will be really hard to stop mate. Let's see, rook here. It's not mate just yet, but it's given me an overwhelming position. Close to mate. There's mate here in 2 moves, there's knight at e2. There's just so many moves that mate him in 1 or 2 moves, and it's hard to defend against all those threats. Alright, so this guy again. He got me last game. Nice sequence. So let's try to beat back this one. Okay, going for a quick h4. Then I'll delay bishop g2. But he's put his bishop now here, so the h-pawn is not as dangerous anymore. His bishop is nice here, but that's all. I guess I can go h3. Expecting some knight e4 ideas. Okay, not yet. Then I'll go e3, I guess. Because now the pawn on h5 is on prise in a lot of lines. So knight e4 is still an option, but it feels like less of a problem in these lines because I get a free pawn. But maybe knight e4 is still good. Anyway, I'll just take the material. Wow, he goes for this one, this variation. Don't know if that change it does change something that I can take here in between. Because then I can go bishop at f6 next. Knight at e2, king h2. Feels like I'm safe there. So let's take the queen and go bishop at f6. Normally if the pawn is here, then you go knight e2, king h1, queen at g1, rook takes g1, knight takes f2, checkmate. But the pawn is on h3, so he doesn't have that option. Oh, I sack first and then take the knight back, I guess. Which rook to take? It's always a tough decision. Let's go with this one. Preserve this rook guarding f2, which is probably useful in some lines. The rook, however, is now vulnerable to a forking motif. So that's the downside of playing like this. Okay, so I'll put a pawn here to put a piece here next. Try to open up his king. Yeah, sorry, Hercules. Not invincible. Yeah, knight at g5. As if takes, queen takes, bishop at f4 looks nice. And I'll just take this. Not so easy, actually. But let's go bishop here. Okay, I'll take. And now I'll take a couple of pawns, or a couple of pawns. And now queen at f7 was an idea, but he blocks it. Let's go. Let's go back. But he has taken over the initiative. Maybe I can find a way to get it back, but I'll try to defend some first. Knight f3, of course, king h1. Oh, he's going after the rook. So I guess I have to do something about that. Let's go pawn at h2. I want him to move this knight somehow. Let's go here. It's not looking good, guys. This one. It's a strong player. He's finding strong moves. Ah, yeah, that's noble of you, Hercules, not listening into the stream. But anyway, then, maybe I'll feed you some some bad moves. Rook at d1. Ugh, this is just looking ugly. I guess I'll have to go for knight at g5. This knight needs to be gone. Maybe he'll just go king g8 here. This, I don't know about giving up the queen with check. Let's go bishop at g8. I like bishop at g8. It forces the rook away or gives me the queen with check. And if the rook is away from d1, that's a lot of my troubles are gone then. Gotta move. Yeah, gotta block with the queen. There might be some way here. Don't know if this is the way. I think, yeah, you have to defend f6. G5 now. I'm really low on time as well, so it's going to be tough for me. Take with the pawn. Taking with the pawn, not to be advised. Well, ballsy moves. Okay, at least I've made in one thread. It's always useful to have made threads in these scrambles. And that's a free 2 seconds on my clock. Lovely. Happy with that win. Okay, so take cubes taking a break, so we might get some head start on him. I'm almost 3 hours in. And for those of you who haven't been watching for a long time, I'm going to take a short break soon. And then I'll intend to get back later on. Knight f7, I guess. And now it's always hard which piece to take. But I take the queen. I'll take this one as well. Nice double-edged position already. Looks like an okay queen sacrifice for black. Yeah, even like this, now his king is completely safe. So I'll take this pawn for my trouble. Yeah, rook g1, I guess. Bishop at g4 to be expected, and then I have to go pawn at e2. Maybe pawn at f3 works. Nicely attacking me there. I'll go knight c5. There's this trick he can take here. He can go knight at f3, but then I sack my queen on f3, and I have knight at h6 mating. So he has to find another move here, but then I can probably save my queen. Okay, he doesn't do it. And now we have the classic smothered mate. So always watch out that. Watch out when the rook is on the G file. Watch out, because that's also defending G2, but it's mainly also to create threats along the G file, like this smothered mate. Okay, PKNM. Here, PKNM got a really nice series against the King Switcher for the CWC, and my equipment wasn't working last weekend, so I couldn't commentate on that, but it was a really nice series to watch. He falls for this trick here with knight takes d5, defending e3 if you take bishop at e6. But PKNM was 5-2 down, if I remember correctly, and he came back to 5-5, only losing the match then 7-5. But he still has some chances in the losers brackets. And I guess he will proceed a couple of rounds, because he's just a fine player. Let's go bishop at g4, make him go here. And then I'll take, and then maybe pawn at h6, or just attack this one. Couple of options there. Hey, thanks for the follow, Naxren. Yeah, I'll go here. Because there's a lot of ideas on g7 with knight at e6 involved. So I'm not afraid of this. Okay, so he defends with the knight. I'll repeat. Now the knight is defending e6. Okay, so that's a good idea, I guess. He does it again. And then my knights are gone, of course. So maybe I should find something else here. I think bishop takes d5 looks interesting. Bishop takes g3. Yeah, I'll go for this. Bishop takes g3 and the king is okay on h1, I think. I can then take and go pawn at h6 again. Now there's no knight left, but I also have no pawns left though. So knight g8 looks okay, but knight at f5 then, or knight at h5 are both strong moves. So yeah, hard to give a suggestion here for black. He's opting to give up the knights. You have to take with the queen. If you take with the king, knight at f5 is just devastating. And still knight at f5 comes. That's going to be worst case scenario if I need to do that. But probably I'll just harass the queen next move as well. Queen g6, knight at e7, for example. And then at some stage I take on b7 and I have the pawn that I need for g7. Or just bishop h6, bishop g7 as well. Yeah, he decides to resign. That's a hard position to play with black. So I get the resignation. Alright, it's variance only again. Thanks for the follow, ASFDG3. Let's not berserk. Play a6 and e6. Okay, d5. I think he's going pawn d5. That pawn d5 looked nice as well, but maybe he wants this line. Okay. Rook here. His idea is to take here and go knight at f6, of course. So let's go pawn at e4 and knight at f6. Seems like a fix. Maybe not the best fix, but he's putting pressure on my position. Let's block the rook. It's not easy. Quick play. Oh, does he have a knight? Bishop takes f7 sack. I guess he has. A knight at g5. King back here. Whoa, I'm misplaying this so badly. Rook e1, looks like such a normal move. Rook e1 check, but it's causing me so many troubles. Yeah, so now bishop takes d5 is threatened. So I guess I'll move back. No, then even bishop takes d5 is coming. So I'll go knight e7. But this is just horrible. Let's go b5. Try to make something of this. Wanted to run to d7, but that just mates me. With knight e5 and pawn at c5. Okay, bishop d6. What does he want? Knight c6, I guess. He wants knight takes e6 ideas. Let's go bishop b7. Okay, I'll go bishop d7. Maybe he takes and allows my queen up. It isn't really helping me, but now I do have the chance to run here. I'll take again, I guess. And knight at h3. Bishop takes g2 might save me. Queen g4. Wow, I got really lucky here. I was just dead the entire game there. Needed my time. Otherwise that would have been a really quick loss. Okay, Karamet fast again. Yeah, almost time for a break, I guess. I'll ask my roommate if the food is ready. But indeed, the quality of play suggests that it might be time for a break. Oh, this again. Okay, now I'll castle. See if he wants to play h4. I'll just take it and say, okay, free pawn. What are you gonna do? How are you going to punish this? G takes h4. In chess, it's usually a weakness, but now I can just put a pawn back on g3 anytime I want. I guess I'll go h3 first. Maybe take here next. Take some pieces. Okay, now I'll put the pawn back on the board. He could try to sack and bishop at e3, but I think just king h1 or king h2 is okay. And now he allows bishop at e1. I have sort of connect 4 here. Okay, bishop at c4. What does he want? I don't see it. Bishop takes. Doesn't do much, I guess. So I'll just go knight at e5. I can be materialistic next. Wow, knight at f4. He wants to take here. Sack here. Okay. Let's see. He cannot really sack the queen. He could maybe go with the rook. There's even f3 ideas. If he doesn't have a bishop. Yeah, so I'll go knight at f3, and if you sack the queen, I take and have queen at d7, queen takes f7 mate. My opponent offers a draw. Okay. Maybe I don't want a draw. I think I'll just go knight g5. Keep on playing. Idea is to go cover h3, to go takes, knight at g3. Still knight at g3, I guess. Because the queen will be really good. Don't see mate for him. Okay, there isn't mate for me either, so he's got that one on me. So I guess knight takes f7. Should be safe. Let's go. You have a suspicion about this guy? Ah, okay. Well, if you are suspicious about players on League Chess, you can always report them. I feel like he's just playing it. I don't have anything about that, but then again, I'm pretty naive. Okay, so queen at d7, king here, pawn at d7, king here, promote. Okay, that's not mating. Takes might be. Running into bishop f3, I guess. Okay, we can for sure go for this because we'll see what happens. Guess you have to take. Seems like the only option. Because otherwise just knight g5 of knight h6. Wow, he's allowing it. Let's see, he takes. Knight h6. Rook takes. Queen f7. Not sufficient. Okay, I'll take here. Knight g6. Knight f5. Looks like He has to keep the draw here indeed. And he's getting his draw anyway. I'll offer. Alright. Threefold repetition, guys. Wow. Alright, one more game and then I'll take a break. Funny to see a draw in Crazyhouse. Don't see that often. Yeah, so one more game and then break will come. Take cubes, also taking a break, so that's okay. And we'll see when I get back how I'm doing. Alright, so Charat Red Deganart again. Going for this system, alright, I go d6. And bishop f5, e6. Let's just repeat his system. I think you have to go bishop d6 here. Maybe already it's slightly worse for the black pieces. The problem is that he can just pile up pressure on the dark squares. But we'll see. Takes, bishop at b7, castles, I guess. Ah, you might play Happiness Bunny. Nice. Alright, now castles definitely. Just get out of that pin quickly. But I have some problems here around my king that needs solving. Maybe just f6. F6, queen takes g4 ideas allow way too much. And bishop at g6, he just sacks. Might have something crazy like bishop at h6 takes, queen h4 takes. But probably is not good. Oh, this is a hard position. What to do? Guess bishop at h8. Really passive, but he might attack my knight, and then I want to go knight takes e5, f6. He could also sack his queen here and then go knight f6. Okay, now I'm definitely going for this. And f6. Give your king Luft, as the Germans would say. But right, basically I'm down a full piece here, and this one is doing completely nothing. So okay, knight at g5, try to take this bishop and bishop at g4. Preserving the pawn for now. Could also have gone pawn at g6, but then just knight f4. And this bishop has no business ever. And so if he puts his knight on the board, I could maybe play g6. And then the bishop is playing something somewhere again. But if I play g6 now, knight at h6 mates me in one move. So that's why I preserve the pawn for now. And I might kick the knight next with g6 if he uses his knight. And also looking at knight takes f3, knight takes bishop at g4, for example. So there's some light in this position for black. But it should be good for white. But I'm just trying to not give him too much concrete attacking ideas. And in the other hand, creating some of my own. Okay, so knight at d4. Aimed at e6. Aimed at this one. So I guess bishop g6, knight f4 comes. g6, also knight f4. But I guess I'll go to bishop g6, knight f4, protect the pawn with queen d7. It might open things up for a lot of sacrifices, but we'll see what he does. Knight e5 comes next, I guess. Cannot really do anything about it, so just go bishop at g4. And maybe I'll go pawn at e5. He doesn't let me. When in doubt, always sack the queen, maybe. A good adagium here. But you may want to consider that one yourself. Maybe giving him the rook is a bit too much. But then again, knight f5 or knight g5 comes. Oh, knight g5 now comes anyway. Bishop at h7, yeah. Alright, time for a break. Good game by my opponent, well played. So I'm going to grab some dinner, guys. I will be back. I think in about 30 minutes, maybe a bit later. Let's see if we can raid someone. Yeah, alright, I'll raid Hikaru. Maybe see you in a couple of minutes. Like in 30 minutes or something like that. See you later, guys.